everybody. City Pigeons back from the
Episode
holiday break.
946.
No.
Pew, pew, pew.
No.
E.
Hey, gee. Think. This sounds like the tide is finally turning on your homerism.
Eagles.
That your Eagles chant is muted. But anyway, look, let's not get into that right off the bat. We are coming back from our brief Thanksgiving break. Everyone feeling refreshed and recovered, even though in many ways it was a tough week, especially the end there. But Fink, I got to ask you a question.
Yes.
You just asked us if we feel refreshed and then didn't even bother for us to end, but it's okay.
No, I think I said like everyone feeling. I don't think I asked, but it doesn't matter. I'm in control here, Meech. You just chill. All right. When I tap you, that's when you come in. You know how this works. Okay. Finkster, what does Thanksgiving, the food situation look like? Obviously, I can't admit you're not having hoagies. I know you guys don't even really like hoagies anymore. How elaborate is
we're having hoagies, pal. No, we're not. No, we're not.
Wait, how elaborate is the Thanksgiving spread and who is doing it up? I'm very interested given your culinary expertise.
It's pretty basic. Shout out my mom. She makes a nice beautiful spread. We got the bird. You have some green bean casserole. You got the sides, the mashed potatoes, mac and cheese. We got the veggie tray beforehand. Love the veggie tray beforehand. It's so clutch, the veggie tray beforehand. My mom shows up with the deviled eggs. So that's a big part of my Thanksgiving meals. We got stuffing. Of course, we got stuffing. My mom and dad forgot the cranberry this year. I don't eat it, but
do you guys do ham?
Nah.
No ham.
We're just doing turkey. It's the only bird. That's the only bird we're
honestly,
touching.
Ham? I've become a ham guy.
Yeah, I'm not a Thanksgiving meal. Like I eat a lot.
You don't even like it.
But I'm not a ham guy. I'm barely a turkey guy, but I can.
What kind of guy are you?
I'm like a not that kind of food guy. It's so basic. It's such like paint by numbers meal. I don't like it. Like this year I did it at my cousin's house. Well, which we've done it there for a while now, but he owns a few restaurants, and like we had pre-meal. We had like a lasagna in the oven.
I got a personal chef cooking for my family. No big deal.
No, it's not a personal chef. It's
can't do that in the Northeast.
A whole family thing. We're all my whole family's pretty good in the
By the
kitchen.
Way, I just want to say how excited I am again to have just me and the Neasty Boys.
Neasty Boys.
Can I use that term, or is that just reserved for your crew?
No, we're gonna kill you. But I mean, you can do whatever you want.
I just like that a lot. Like me and the Neasty Boys, it just feels good.
You can use it. I'd like it. It's fun.
Can we make a Neasty Boy shirt like Beastie Boys? Is that cool?
Let's do it up. Anything.
Right.
I need some parlay.
I heard someone else use the Neasty nickname the other day, and I just gave him a nod. Like, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, me and the Neasty Boys, man. And I gotta say, look at us. Look at this real estate we have here without all the crowds. You know, with Rock and Goodhart here, it's like thigh to thigh. These guys are busy.
Nice to stretch out a little bit.
Cell phone, like on a little device over there. Look at him. He's all set up.
That's his like equivalent of the Ray Didinger note taking.
No, you know what I'm trying to do? I'm trying to retweet.
Trying to put bets in. Retweet the link.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Did you retweet the link?
Man, 2 minutes ago.
You're acting like I'm just surfing. You're acting like I'm surfing the web.
A pro, here. Dude. Wait, we got comments.
In.
Is it Fink commenting though? No.
I didn't do it yet.
All right, hold up. Keith in the chat. I think this is our Keith. I can't tell with this 4375. But
that's his pin code for his Mac card.
Oh, perfect. Wait, he says I'll need that shirt. I assume he's not talking about. He might be talking about this Goodhart firm sweatshirt,
which I'm sure we can arrange. But I'm sure we could also arrange getting it. Or is that Fink's hoodie? Is that limited edition sold out?
Yeah, what's up with that thing?
You had to have been
or maybe
there.
he's talking about the Neasty Boy shirt.
Oh, that's
shit. We're so stupid.
Yo, are you guys all right over there? You need me to come over
think we
and
are.
like wake you guys up a little bit? What the hell's going on?
We're not good.
Thank God you're here,
listen,
dude.
Fink, I'm running on fumes. You know, we had the big event last night. Shout out DK. We'll get into that a little bit later. She did a great job as usual. Run on fumes. I didn't even think I was going to do this, but I said we weren't here last week. The Eagles situation is like we got to talk about that, obviously. So we had to do this. So I appreciate you guys doing this because everybody else was busy. It's fine.
Yeah, I got games, high school basketball games every day this week except tonight. So
There you
perfect.
go. So we got to get it in when we can. All right. So I did reference this event last night. I did want to touch on it briefly because you guys know every year, I know you're going to give me shit that you didn't get invited. So just whatever. I don't have to tell you. All right. So every year we do the team dinner.
Give them shit,
at
Fink.
Steak 48, right? And it's Make the World Better and the Chris Long Foundation. Connor Barwin, Chris Long. And as many of you guys know, I've been the executive director of Make the World Better now for almost 3.5 years. So I work very closely with Connor. My favorite thing to do are obviously the projects where you give back to the community are awesome, but I really love these events, especially this one, because this one ties in so much with the Eagles and all the guys that show up. And last night, event was sold out. We didn't have a seat in the place, which is very tough, because when you get the last minute like people that jump in, you really have like nowhere to put them. But it all worked out great. Jason Kelsey came by, which was fantastic. A ton of other guys that were just amazing. Seth Joyner, let me just say this for the record, and I already like. Why wasn't Fink? Oh, that's from you, Fink. You're at. Listen, the event has grown to the point where you got to pay to play. Listen, Dev knows. I put Dev at the media table. There's no extra seats. It's 14 media people. You don't want to be there anyway.
Fink, you know who she was sitting across from? I saw on Instagram, Huey Dillon.
and I can't get a seat at the table. I'm part media here, man. I don't like a nice steak dinner.
He was eating his steak on Instagram.
I don't like a nice
I think
steak
he was mocking
dinner.
you.
Yeah, he's right. Like,
listen.
Steak.
In Philly, there are people who had just
Huey
made
Dillon's
it happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Got to give him
not,
credit.
That's not a
Can't hate.
I'm not hating
but
on
see,
Huey
Fink,
Dillon.
if
Be honest with you, is it because Connor has a problem with me? You got a problem with me, Connor? Let's go settle out in the streets, bud. Let's go.
Oh
you
shit,
that's a bad
you
idea.
You don't want none.
No, obviously not. But the problem is there's 6 people on this damn show. You know what I mean? I can't. That's too many damn people. You know what I mean? Look at
who showed up tonight? The same. Best ability, availability.
No,
they
you guys
all
are
show
the
up
real ones.
They all show up when there's a free handout like a steak dinner. But who's here on the hard winter Wednesday nights at 7 p.m.?
That's right. I got to think about that. I got to consider that.
Trudging down Calla Hill.
Listen, if you were like Mark Goodhart and you brought like 2 or 3 sponsors to the table, then you're in there, bro. That's what you got to do.
All right, let's keep on talking about the event. Let's go.
Anyway, I was just gonna say Seth Joyner is he was already one of my favorite guys. Listening to his voice on the radio, it's fantastic. The guy's the best voice. And when he breaks down the Eagles, he just keeps it so real. I'm a huge Seth fan, but he comes
real angry.
Yeah, well, but he keeps it real. He doesn't sugarcoat anything. Like he's willing to take people on. But anyway, he comes to this event and
I saw he got the team player of the
we gave him that at the end because he just did such a good job. He gave this speech in the middle of the event where he was talking about players and the team dinners and the responsibility and the generations, and it was just like, man, it was fantastic.
And why isn't he a coach? If
he should be, dude.
If he can rile up Steak 48 and get everyone hyped to where they give him a chain afterwards.
Yo, you want to know something funny?
Go coach kids, dude.
Can you guys guess who was on hand to video the occasion for me?
Huey Dillon?
Dillon.
No.
CBS 3?
No, guess.
Pat Gallen?
Guess more intelligently. My own people that we hired.
Radical Squirrel?
No, the Greek legend. Aleko.
Oh, Aleko was there?
Yes, Aleko, creative outfit, which, by the way, is the same. They do Seth's podcast, and they have a new studio out in the, somewhere out in Bryn Mawr or something. So we were talking about that a little bit. And Aleko was shooting. Aleko's the man. Shout out Aleko.
So Aleko got my steak.
Exactly, except he was working the whole time. So
he was carrying around his wagon behind him. With all of his electrical equipment.
That's funny. We used to make him carry that wagon through the parking lot.
He used to drag wagons up the street in Manayunk.
Dude, we'd be doing the tailgate, and I'd be like setting up for the show, and I'd be like, "Where are you?"
On his wagon.
It's the Cowboys game. He comes through with the wagons, like pouring rain. Ooh, poor guy.
People are throwing beers in there. They think it's a trash can.
Poor guy. So I had Dev and Pat.
Shout out Aleko.
Dev and Pat doing interviews on the red carpet, which is always amazing. Dev does such a great job. They're so awesome with all the guests that go through. That's wonderful. And I think with Dev now, because of her stature as sideline reporter, it feels extra celebrity, to talk to her as people come in. So that's amazing. And Pat's a professional. I saw Breland Moore there, right? With Jason Martinez doing a little fantastic sports show on the side.
Everybody in the media there but me.
Well, Fink, this was official media. And by the way, there's a PR company that's in charge of that. It's not me. All right. So I don't want Don't make this about me.
It's not like I know the guy who works there or runs it and does stuff. All right, sorry, I'm done. Go ahead. I gotta stop.
Yeah. Well,
I heard it was a great time. I've seen a lot of photos on social media. It looked like a great time, great event. I heard
it's for good causes, which you support. And
I
it's
love
good.
supporting good causes.
All right. But I did see, okay, so I saw Breland and Dev, and I locked them in for the holiday party and the White Elephant episode. And I said to Breland, if you're lucky this year, you might get the P tent. She thought that was funny. So I don't know what's going to be this year. What?
Who has the P tent?
I have it. But you know what the issue has been? The last couple tailgates have been so windy that there wasn't a good way to anchor the P tent. So we weren't able to bring it. It's a long story. Anyway, we don't know what this year's P tent is going to be for the White Elephant. So I told you guys to start thinking about it now. And I want to see who gets to be the most creative.
This year's P tent.
Last year, the hot item around Christmas was a P tent.
Yeah.
What's going to be this year's P tent?
Hot, warm.
Don't you remember when Mark brought it in the big cardboard box?
We're like, I mean, what the fuck could that be?
That was good content, man. I just wish more people could see it. You know what I mean? But we'll get it out there.
Okay. Billboard.
A lot of current players showed up too. Listen to this. I look up, Jihad Campbell's walking in the door. Jalix Hunt, fresh off
more
his
playing time than he's getting for the Eagles lately.
That is true. I didn't say that to him. Jalix Hunt was there, fresh off his first interception return for a touchdown, right? Was that a touchdown?
No, but didn't he have an interception return for a touchdown earlier in the year?
On Friday, he
got an interception,
but it wasn't a touchdown.
Return for a touchdown.
Okay. Well, anyway, Jalix Hunt was there. Moro Jomo in the house. I'm leaving somebody out. Oh, N'Kobe Dean, who, by the way, has come to one of our events when we did a field opening, too. N'Kobe's a great guy and an amazing linebacker.
Good dude.
So it was just a really cool event. And I got to wear the Super Bowl coat again, which has only become more legendary now that Josh Sweat has also worn the coat. We're talking about Chris Long's fur coat, which people seem to really
Devin
enjoy.
was wearing it last night, too. It's a hot item.
And I got to tell you, Spadaro is the best. You know, Spadaro is so good at the emceeing. You know, he just rocks. And then I started to work my way in, and I thought maybe he'd be a little bit pissed that I was stealing his shine, but he liked it, actually. And I said, this might be too much baldness, you know, but he was cool. So we were just riffing together, and everybody had a good time. So it was super fun. But, yeah, I'm running on fumes on that, but I'm dedicated. Fink, just like you, I'm here for this. I'm here for the show. And I just want to be a professional tonight. So thank you. Thank you for joining us. But Fink, real talk. How can we get those hoodies? Are they still for sale? Is that out?
No. The hoodies are one of two. I'm sorry. I apologize on that. We are linked up with Underdog. They have a brotherly love section. I think they might have hoodies available in there.
You talking about brotherly swag?
Brotherly swag, yes. We're linked in with the Underdog brotherly swag. There's Fink's gear on there.
So you think we can maybe get them there?
I think so. We don't have them in store. This is I was a special little boy and got my own hoodie.
Aw, that's nice. But listen,
I thought Meek would smile on that. He did not smile.
No, he didn't.
That was funny.
It's not that
funny.
Dude.
All right, dude. It fucking bombed. Get over it. It happens.
With the Sixers bringing back the uniforms, I would think that you guys would maybe
you would lean get it.
You would lean into this a little bit.
I was hoping you'd smile at that.
I'm out of here. I'm done.
Don't you think you should print some of those though?
You would think, Jesse. I kind of agree with you, but
you're too busy making hoagies. I get it.
Yeah,
a lot of hoagies to make.
Merch doesn't pay the bills, but it is good marketing.
Yep. Fink, is your December orders coming up for Christmas parties insane?
Yes, I'm pretty sure we are doing. I know I've been contacted for a Saturday order for December 20-something for 450 hoagies already. So that's one order.
Because I did see that you're Metro Philly's top hoagie of the Delaware Valley. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Am I correct? I mean, that's no small feat, my man.
Yeah. We won two. Oh, it's a best hoagie, best sandwich deal. Look at that.
Dude, flaunt it. Do your touchdown dance, bro. You deserve it.
Fink, did you get orders for the Thanksgiving during Thanksgiving? Did some people do that for Thanksgiving or nah?
No.
Is that too informal?
once Thanksgiving hits, the love for Thanksgiving sandwiches is just good. Wow. It's no one cares anymore. Because then you have like after you have your own leftovers for like a day or two. Everyone gets turkeyed out.
Do you know we had a little tailgate at the Eagles game, and I went so out of my way to bring down leftovers for Thanksgiving.
I saw your spread on Instagram.
That's pretty good,
it looked
right?
pretty nice.
Yeah.
I mean,
I gotta tell you,
you could have created your own little Thanksgiving.
Well, I did actually. I made a little hoagie roll with turkey, and then I put the mashed potatoes in there. Just went kind of crazy, but the little K-Lot like pop-up tailgate is fun. You know what I mean? Because it's easy, and yeah. So that game sucked, though. Why don't we just segue right into it? I mean, Fink, you have enjoyed continuing to show up and take credit for being the 15-2 guy, year after year. And I'm just wondering now that the Eagles are showing, they are leaking oil massively, if the confidence that you've had has been eroded at all, or if, I'm guessing, you're just going to play this part, ride it out, and just never give up, even though it's clear that you may have been a little optimistic. Your thoughts?
It's fine. Everything's fine. What are we worried about? So my whole thing is, if you think about it, this team is too talented to fall. It's coaching. You don't think talent can overcome coaching? Yes, no, anybody?
It doesn't look that way.
I mean, it's been 2 bad weeks. It's the NFL. Any given Sunday, the offense hasn't looked hot the whole season, but something's going to have to give. No?
Listen, I still feel like I'm insane. Like, I know this team is struggling and they're doing bad, but fuck, they're still in a good position in the NFC. No one else is pulling away, really. Like, we beat the Rams. Are they that good? All right, we might have to face them again in the playoffs, but maybe not. Maybe they'll get beat by a Washington type of team that beats the Lions. Anything can happen. It's just so weird how, dude, I turned on WIP at 3 different shows yesterday, and for like a total of 10 minutes, I heard 2 of them talking about Tanner McKee and what it's going to look like with him behind center, and the other one was saying what would happen first? Jalen Hurts get demoted or Kevin Patullo gets demoted? This is insane talk for a coach who's never missed the playoffs, which at this point in a coach's career has never happened before. I don't think this is 5 years in a row, right, where he's made the playoffs.
Very good on paper.
A quarterback who maybe lost 12 games in his entire career. It's insane. He's in his 6th year. If you don't give these guys a little bit of slack and allow them a couple bad games every now and then I don't know what to tell you. Like, I don't know what team you want to root for. I don't know any other team in the NFL would die to be the Eagles.
I think,
and look at the teams that we're playing. You're like
they're all top of the line.
We got beat by the number 1 seed, 9 and whatever Bears. Just because we don't believe that the Bears are a good team, they're playing well. You played the Cowboys, which 21-0 lead, blowing that really does grind my gears. But I'm trying not to think about it too much.
You resurrected their season. That's the only thing that really bothers me this year.
You think about it though,
is we brought the Cowboys back to life.
We could have fucking buried them.
We let Broncos come back, and then we got our asses kicked by the Giants.
But Broncos did that like 5 weeks in a row. I mean, they're good at that.
Wait, by the way, both short weeks.
Yeah.
Something to think about. And I do think, though, some context is important here, right? Because if you think about it, in this particular case, I totally lost my think. What were you going to say?
I was going to say that the team that we're playing good teams. Like, we're beating the Lions in a battle. Like, the Lions are good. We beat the Rams. It took us to get blocked field goals. Guess
I remember.
What? The Rams are the freaking favorite to win the Super Bowl right now. We're beating good fucking teams, and we're playing good teams. You're playing football. It's football. It's not going to be pretty. It's
I think
football.
he's right. Yeah.
I mean, like
Okay.
we're complaining
You
about
don't
it.
win by 34 every week. It just doesn't happen.
There's like a couple things that I think are creating, because if you take it out of context, you're like, people are talking about firing Pizzulo and benching Jalen Hurts. It sounds crazy, right? But you got to remember something. Going into the season, we're like, everybody knows that there's a Super Bowl hangover. Everybody knows that you play until February, and getting back on the horse is tough, right? And we're looking at the schedule and we're like, this looks brutal, right? This looks like this is going to be awful. So I think everyone had, like, everyone's like, oh yeah, we should go back and compete. But everyone was kind of thinking like, well, I could understand if it doesn't go great. But then we come out and win all those games and the expectations change, right? And so people get their hopes up and they think, you know what? This team is a great team that could be a dynasty because they find a way to win no matter what. Now, here's the other two pieces of context which are truly important. 2023 is still there. It's in the back of our minds. Anytime you go 10-1 and then everything collapses, you're always going to be thinking about that, especially when you're winning games and not playing well. So you got that. Then you got this ongoing Jalen Hurts thing. And this is the crazy part. I do want to get into this in depth. Like,
yeah, I want to talk about.
I'm just saying,
before you're done.
His entire career has been marked by moments of triumph where he's been able to do the things we didn't think he could do, and then stretches where it didn't look like he could do those things at all. And I got to be honest with you, in my mind, this is the Hurts conundrum to me, because after the Super Bowl, I thought to myself, no one's ever going to question this guy again. He comes out, he throws the dagger, they take away the run, and he beats him with his arm. They score all these points in the playoffs on their way to the Super Bowl. By the way,
3.
he had gone to the Super Bowl previously and played one of his best games, right?
He outplayed Mahomes.
Right. But then he puts stuff on tape. I truly believe this. He puts stuff on tape that when the team gets together and they're watching as a whole, guys are like under their breath, like, I cannot believe he's not making that play. And I think this is the biggest issue that I think that we have right now. This is my belief based on the vibe I get from being around some people that are near to the team from time to time. I believe that the Jalen Hurts, I don't want to call it a shtick, right? Because the dude has played well and he has delivered. But his Jordan-esque goatness, after the Super Bowl, and his, locked in demeanor, I think over the course of time people are tired of it in the building. And when he's on tape, not making basic plays, I think people in the building and on the team are just fatigued with the Jalen Hurts thing. And that gives me real concern about their ability to be the kind of team they need to be together to make another run.
I'm glad you said this, because this is one thing that I want to talk about. And it goes back to the D gun, where it's like some people in the building aren't, and it made me think about it, because D Gun's not in the locker room anymore, correct? He hasn't been for a few years,
but
he's still very tuned into the team. I'm not knocking his credentials or his sources.
No, but Mark was the one who said he was just doing it to be relevant.
That was a weird knock that Mark went at. I didn't
Shout out Goodhart friend.
But here's my issue. D Gun doesn't know any of the young players on the Eagles. He's not.
That's true.
He's not in the locker room they know nothing about him. So it had to be either an older player, which it probably wasn't, because there's really no offensive skill older player besides maybe Lane, who would complain to D Gun. I don't see Lane going to D Gun. So it had to be a coach or something. So it's or someone else in the building. I just don't know who is leaking this Jalen Hurts shit, because, you watch the Last Dance documentary and Michael Jordan's like, I rubbed some people the wrong way, but you know why? Because they weren't winners, man.
Okay,
they didn't want to win.
Thank you.
So who's leaking this shit? Is it a bunch of losers who just don't want to be held accountable? Is it like, who's leaking this? I want to know.
But here's the thing.
Who's coming with D Gun? Right?
Here's the thing. You're right. But in the case of Jordan, he was winning. He won 6 championships. He got to a point where you couldn't question him anymore.
But even before that,
Jalen's
that
winning.
was his attitude.
But listen,
and you have to have that.
And that's fine. But my point is, when you're winning games, but you're not playing productively, and then you start losing games, that whole, like, keep the main thing, Jordan, whatever. And by the way, I think we have to acknowledge.
Well,
Hold
do you
on.
want
We-
the
we-
panic?
The
Yeah,
Eagles
they-
were 8. The Eagles
Well,
were 8-2, and they were complaining about
Yeah.
this play.
They were complaining when they were
what can you
4-2.
do?
Like at every step, they were complaining.
It's just always
he's
complaining
still
about
the only
Jalen.
quarterback this season who has a perfect passer rating in a game.
Okay.
Jalen Hurts.
But see, I think you are confusing something right now. Okay. I'm not saying the way we should feel as fans about this quarterback. I am saying here is what I think people feel generally that are involved, they either play for or coaches or play for the team. And this is why that's a big problem.
But why go to D Gun? Why not bring it
I'm
up
not-
within the team
Listen.
and say, Jalen, we got to talk, man? Because no one's Jalen. Did you see that Hard Knocks when he's on the sidelines? He's holding himself accountable. He's like, that's on me. I should have made that play. That's my bad. It was a miscommunication. It's not like he's sitting on the sidelines, folding his
All right,
hands and
but
going,
then you've heard.
all right,
All right.
it's your guy's fault, and I'm Jordan.
Okay.
It's not that. He's very.
But then why isn't anyone backing him? Why hasn't anybody stood up and say, no,
Well,
that's
who's
our
the only
quarterback.
one not backing him is AJ Brown.
No,
who
no one has
clearly
backed him though. Nobody's come out and said, yo,
but nobody's come out publicly and said anything against him. It's all anonymous. They feed it to Jimmy Kemsky. He doesn't
Well,
want to run anymore.
you know why you
tell the media. He said this before the season. He doesn't.
Bro,
Stop
you
being a
can't-
bitch. Talk
you-
to Jalen about it.
you-
I hate these anonymous
fine.
bitch sources.
But
It's-
you
it bothers
can't
me.
come out in public against the franchise quarterback that's got all this money that just won the Super Bowl and say you can't do that. That
No.
would be ridiculous.
But you can't do it
AJ's
anonymously
almost
like a
done
little bitch. Address Jalen in person. Say, here, this is the issue. And if he says, go fuck yourself, then it turns in. But don't go tattletaling to Jimmy Kemsky and Derek Gunn
But you
and saying
understand,
he's making everything uncomfortable
I
here.
think you got to understand something. Like, I don't think Jalen Hurts he is such an individual.
But here's
Meaning,
the
like,
thing.
he's not in
This
the
is
locker
your
room like,
perception.
yo,
we don't know
let's
this.
go.
You don't know this.
Okay, my
This
perception is
but-
formed
but
based on things I
all
observe.
of this Eagles drama shit is all perception. Anything in the locker room, you hear
we
these
have to
guys
try
and
to
they're like,
interpret it.
I know, but you hear these guys, they're like, we're fine. Leave, like, it's cool. We'll figure it out. But it's all the
Okay, but I'm telling you
like,
this.
do you think anyone in the organization is thinking about Tanner McKee? Between me and you,
Yes.
Nobody is.
Yes.
Nobody's
I
thinking
do.
about Tanner McKee.
I
And if
believe,
they are, they
now,
need to
hold on.
fucking get a lobotomy or
Listen.
leave the sport.
I believe that the Eagles were offered.
Did you cash that minus 12,000 ticket on DraftKings yet on me getting angry today? It was a
Listen to
fucking
me.
hit.
I told
telling
you
you
it's a
that.
lock. But I didn't think it was going to be in defense of Hurts, which I love because
I
with
very
you.
much
I think this is
believe-
all.
I very much believe that the Eagles were offered very good value for Tanner McKee and that they did not do that deal because they are afraid of a Wentz Hurts repeat scenario where they thought they had their guy and it turns out over time he's not the guy they want because Lurie and Roseman, they want a guy who can go down the field, who can make explosive plays. Like, I know Jalen has won so many games. Believe me, I know. But what I'm trying to tell you is, as
So
this
then-
thing,
Why would you extend him? Why would you go out there and continue like?
okay. But here's the thing, Fink, devil's advocate. They extended Wentz, did they not?
it's
Okay,
not-
so listen, in short periods of time, they have seen success and they have based their decisions on that. But with Wentz, that was a perfect example where despite the extension, despite the money, they were like, whoa, this is not it. We were wrong. Luckily, we got Jalen. He's the guy. And I think they are very much cognizant of that fact right now and thinking to themselves, we have all this talent, yet we look like shit. It may be the quarterback. I'm just being honest with you. This is my perception.
One of Jalen
Okay.
Hurts' best games this season, he said they finally let me out of my straitjacket.
No,
Do
that
you
was last
think-
year.
Ah,
That was last year. That was
What
last
did
year.
I
That was
do?
the Steelers game last year. He didn't say anything about a straight jacket.
all right. Well, he said something, or they finally whatever.
Here's one thing that you got. Here's one thing I'll say. Jalen Hurts, when he doesn't commit turnovers, they win games. Period. That's all there is to it. You may not like the way he wins them. It may not be cool. You may be relying on the defense. You may think another quarterback could come, but like you guys are trying.
No, it's just me.
No, it's not just you.
It's not
But
offensive.
everyone's trying to like.
I'm not trying to do anything. I'm telling you my perception.
No, I'm not talking about this. But I've heard this week there's been comparisons to Russell Wilson now. Like he's turning like Russell Wilson's a guy who won a Super Bowl and then lost the team because Russell Wilson's a fucking straight up weirdo. Like he's strange. Like Jalen Hurts is just a winner. He's got a winner. He's not strange like that.
Okay, and I'm telling you this. I just don't believe as much as you believe that. I just don't know if that's the belief that the 53 guys on that team share.
Well, see, I'm not saying I know that either, but I'm not. I can't say for sure that they do. Where's the proof? If I'm Jalen Hurts' teammate and I just seen what he did last year, I'm like, I'll follow this guy into a fucking fire.
Would you rather get rid of Nick Sirianni right now or get rid of Jalen Hurts?
Okay, but this is an interesting
That's a question.
That's a good question. But if you recall, we had a similar situation with Doug. Like you never thought they'd get rid of Doug after he won the Super Bowl.
Doug had one good year, if we're being honest.
Okay.
He didn't have a run. Like Sirianni has turned us into a playoff team. Jalen's first year when he wasn't supposed to be a starter, when we weren't good, and even when we fucking blew it in 2023.
Listen,
no matter what happens, he brought us and 2 Super Bowls.
Here's what I can tell you. Here's what I can tell you that I have learned.
I can't believe that we're talking about this and where there's other teams that would fucking die for just a piece of what we got.
But here's the thing. Jeffrey Lurie and Howie Roseman have become very impatient people. And what I mean by that is they won their first Super Bowl and they were like, okay, this is who we should be. And then when that started to go backwards even a little bit, they were willing to completely change course to try to ensure that they wouldn't go backwards. And guess what? It actually worked. It 100% worked. They went to the Super Bowl. Hold on. They went to the Super Bowl. Then they went again and won. I don't think they would hesitate to change course again if they felt like they were running the risk of the team not having a chance to win a Super Bowl, if they believe that. I'm telling you, it doesn't matter if it's Nick Sirianni. It doesn't matter if it's Jalen Hurts.
I mean, I don't think they're attached to Nick Sirianni at all because didn't it come out when last year or whatever when Sirianni was on the hot seat after 23 and they were like, oh, this is like your last chance. I think they'd rather stick with Hurts and Sirianni.
Yeah. Well, I'm just telling you, I think everybody, and by everybody I mean whether it's Patullo, whether it's Sirianni, whether it's Hurts, I think there's real concern in the building that this whole scenario isn't headed in the direction they want. And I do think that based on what they've seen from McKee and the way he's run the offense, I think they look at him as someone who could be more of a Drake May type of guy, more of a Justin Herbert type of guy. And I know everybody said
he's Bobby Hoying to me at this at this point in his
Justin
career.
Herbert has never won anything. Jalen Hurts has a Super Bowl,
like 7 picks in the playoff.
Understood. But imagine, like you're the owner of the team.
I got a Super Bowl winning quarterback. I don't imagine anything.
Yeah, but you can't compare the team that Justin Herbert has to the team that we have, between the offensive line, between Saquon Barkley, between the receivers that we have, right? So if you're Jeffrey Lurie or Howie Roseman, you're sitting here going, we can't assemble this any better.
They have a genius
exactly.
coach who won a college national championship. His brother won a Super Bowl coach.
We don't need a Justin Herbert to win
They got
Super
everything.
Bowl.
They got all you need to win a Super Bowl. They just don't execute.
You don't need a Justin Herbert to win a Super Bowl. Like,
I'm not saying you do. Obviously, you don't. Like people have won. We know Trent Dilfer. Like we've talked about this a million times.
Trent Dilfer has more picks in his career than he has touchdowns. You can't compare Trent Dilfer to Jalen Hurts.
I'm just saying.
Jalen Hurts has superior numbers to most quarterbacks in the NFL. Most quarterbacks are careless with the football, and Jalen Hurts isn't anymore.
I simply said we have seen quarterbacks win Super Bowls that were not like Justin Herbert. Okay, so don't say I'm comparing him to Hurts. I'm not. Jalen Hurts is a better quarterback than Trent Dilfer. Everybody knows that in a variety of ways. Okay. But there have been so many times throughout Jalen Hurts' career where he has performed in a way that is incredibly head scratching in terms of his ability to read defenses, make decisions. This year he has not thrown the ball well, dude. I'm sorry. And like, I'm not a guy who sides with AJ Brown.
I'm not going to disagree with you.
Yeah.
But dude, when you have 9 years as a quarterback in college and professional, and you have 9 different offensive coordinators, it gets a little fucked up, man. Like you got to give these guys time to adjust. And it happened last year. Last year, again, they were 28th in passing for the whole year.
You recall a couple weeks ago, we did an episode. We were coming off the Green Bay win, right?
Yeah.
So it would have been, or was that Detroit? I'm sorry, Detroit, right? We won Green Bay, then Detroit.
That was the latest one.
And that was at the point where we were like, well, they just keep winning. Like they're just winning. It doesn't look good. They're just winning. There are concerns about how they're doing this. There's concerns about productivity, but they just keep winning. Well, 2 weeks have passed and they've lost in those 2 weeks. And their performance and their lack of sustainable performance has led to them losing. And I'm just surprised that you guys you're maintaining the same attitude, which is like,
here's the thing,
because
just keep going.
They
just
lost 2 earlier in the year.
Those 2 games don't mean anything to you.
No,
just
but
happened.
here's the thing.
Earlier in the year, they lost 2 games.
Them getting their doors
straight.
completely blown off at home.
They didn't get their
by
doors
the
blown
Bears?
off. It was 10-9. They had a chance. Jalen Hurts
That game was awful, dude.
Jalen Hurts got if he didn't get the tush push taken out of his hands, which, by the way, they used to have the edges guarded on the tush push. Now they left them open to where guys could just come in and rip the fucking ball. He was at the 9-yard line, and we were down 1.
You
can say whatever you want. I'm telling you.
Even Nick Foles, after the game, he said, oh, Kevin Patullo might be a great guy, but this offense is not it. You have Richard Sherman calling out the offense. You have all these ex-players calling out the
How about
offense.
CJ? He's on a podcast still in the locker room after the game going, they were so obvious. We knew what they were running.
But then, we're going to sit here and blame Jalen Hurts for the offense not working when I have every ex-player saying this is the most vanilla, easy offense that – like Nick Foles, he's like, he's Mr. I love God, blah, blah, blah. He's like, he's a great guy, but there's he said there's nothing in his offense. The offense that they're running. Kurt Warner came out. All of them are coming out against the offense. And we're going to sit here. And there's one common denominator between all this. In the last 4 years, it's Nick Sirianni and Jalen Hurts, right? And every year, it's a question about the offense. Whose offense are we running? We're running Nick Sirianni's offense. Like we're trying to put the blame on Hurts, but every year it comes down to the offense.
So you're saying it's
running.
Sirianni.
You're
saying Sirianni.
It's
not
his
the coordinator.
Offense. It's his off. It's I don't think.
Okay.
I don't think Kevin Patullo should be offensive coordinator. He got a promotion. He obviously is not the guy for the job. And there's nothing wrong with that. Some guys get promoted and they can't handle the job to the next level. So why
like Ron Strasburg?
And
okay, but hold on.
Instead of blowing this whole season up, why don't we try something different instead of like it's been 14,000 weeks in a row that we're running the same shit. Why don't we not do something different? This
what
is
you said to me
winning roster.
What you said to me doesn't make sense, and let me tell you why.
Because
you said
you're a hater right now.
Well, no, listen. You said Hurts and Sirianni are the common denominator. Okay, but here's the thing. Over the last 4 seasons up to this point, right? 22, they make the Super Bowl. They look great for the most part. 23, solid, but then epic collapse. 24, they make the Super Bowl. This year looks a lot like 23. We don't know what's going to happen. So my question to you is, are you really putting that Sirianni and saying it's Sirianni's offense, or are you saying that who the offensive coordinator actually matters? Do you know what I'm saying?
I think the offense sucks. Everyone says Sirianni runs a high school offense. It's
okay, but he's had so much success.
Here's my
coordinator.
Here's my counter argument. Like last year, they won a Super Bowl with pretty much the same guys, so they can figure out. Here's what I don't understand. I mean, this is kind of off topic, but let me just get my point across. Why don't coordinators just steal good plays off of other coordinators? They're not patent pending. It's not like you're going to get called out on it. If I was a coordinator, I would steal if a dude run a good play on me in the game, the next set of downs I'd be like, run that same shit against them. See if they can stop it.
But Nick, he spoke to this in his press conference, and he was basically saying you can't do that because you have to call plays and have a strategy that is built around what your players are good at doing. And I have a feeling they would say, you want all these route trees and all this complex stuff. They would probably say, we can't do that.
So here's where it comes down to who's not good at doing what. And is it Jalen?
I'm telling you, my hunch is they believe that he's not, and that's why the offense looks the way it is. I'm just telling you, that's what I think.
I'm thinking. There was a dude,
I'm not saying that's right, but I think that's what they think.
There was a dude who was ranked #1 by the NFL for best player in the league, and this year he's not sniffing the top 300. Like, I seen him in another goddamn commercial for NFL.com, the AWS, to help how fast you go. I mean, that's all this guy does is commercials.
Okay, so I just want to be clear though. Then
I blame Saquon more than Jalen Hurts. Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying that's on the coaches as well.
No,
you're saying that's.
Do you think it's on the coaches to know that the Dallas Cowboys are running 5 men front for the last 2 weeks, and you have a player come out after the game and say that they had no idea the Cowboys were running 5 men fronts? That's coaching.
They went back and forth on that so many times. Like Landon Dickerson walked that back. They talked about the fact that whatever. Like,
and here's another thing where you could blame on coaching is the penalties. They're the most undisciplined team in the NFL this year.
That's ridiculous.
Dallas Goedert came out this week and said they didn't know the Bears were down the linebackers.
You got a second and 18.
Let me ask you a question, because this is interesting. This gets to the heart of the question.
It's coaching.
When you say it's on the coaches because the team is undisciplined, right? If you got a guy that jumps off sides, right? Is that the coach's fault?
No.
Right. So my point is, like, it's very easy, and the coaches will accept.
It's not the offsides. It's the bigger penalties that, like the Goddard penalty. I mean, the penalty that took back the Goddard play last. What was that? A holding?
Well, like good examples, like the AJ Brown formation penalties. Like he should be coached to know it, but he also did stupid shit. So you're going to have this same back and forth between players and coaches.
But coaches always take responsibility.
Can I say one thing?
What about not knowing the Bears were down to their 4th and 6th linebackers on the chart? Dallas Goedert said they didn't know that. That's coaching. Why would the Eagles not make a game plan to attack that side of the middle of the field and do that kind of
valid point?
Not at you. I'm not saying that to you. That's towards like
and it's so hard to know like what was discussed and what decisions were made. So again, we're grasping at whatever we have. But I want to say this. There was a play in the game that made me completely outraged. Do you guys remember Saquon Barkley motioned to the left and then stood in the backfield, but he was like behind the left side of the line? Do you know what I'm talking about? So he basically motioned.
I know what you're talking about.
Then
I don't remember the play.
And he was basically behind the tackle and the tight end, right? And I immediately looked at it. I'm like, wow, that's just so unusual. He would never be there. And you know what they did? They gave him the ball. And it just, to me, was the dumbest thing I'd ever seen, because it was like, here we go, like drawing attention to the fact that he's in a place that he would never be. Right. And then they just gave him the ball. I'm like, using that as a decoy, maybe fake screen, and then you go somewhere else. And it's just those kind of things that do make you think, like, what the hell are these guys doing? And the truth is, guys, I have no idea. I'm not in that building.
Me neither.
I have no idea.
Like, I've seen so many people get blamed for what's going on, and so many fall guys, and so many people telling on, like, he doesn't like this guy, and everything's falling apart. Like, it's just, I don't know what to believe. And to be honest with you, it's all corny to me now. I can't fucking stand it. So I'm just going to watch the team. And
all right, let's wrap it up. We're just going to watch the game.
No, they're 8-4, dude. It's not like they're 2-10 and they're dying. And we're like, what happened to our championship team that we thought was going to be a dynasty? We still got the chance. It's not over yet.
But listen,
like, what the fuck is going on?
Sam Darnold and the Seahawks are standing in front of us, Beach. No. Sam Darnold.
No, but again, I just feel like you guys sometimes,
like, you see what's happening to the Lions. If you were in
listen,
Detroit, you're probably jumping off a goddamn bridge with that team.
I will defend our fan base for these kind of scenarios because I'm trying to relate to where people are coming from. Okay. And at the same time as the Eagles went from like the best position they could possibly be in, right? They beat all of the contenders, right? They lose these 2 games. The Rams take a step up. Obviously, they lose a game, whatever. The Bears take it. And there are so many teams between the NFC North and the NFC West that you have to win your division, really, to get in at this point. Now, the Eagles do have tiebreakers over a lot of these teams. Packers, Lions, Rams, should it be the case. So if it turns out to be a wild card situation with them, also, Cowboys and Packers have that tie, which I think will come back to haunt them. But we are slipping dangerously close to the reality of the Cowboys actually challenging us for the division, which would seem like an insane thing. And the Cowboys have looked good over the past couple weeks.
Yeah,
Say whatever you want.
They've looked good all year, to be honest with you.
I understand why people that are really emotionally invested in this team are kind of losing their shit right now. And by the way, guys, I'm getting on a plane Friday, and I'm going out to California. And there was a minute there where I thought this was going to be the greatest. Don't even think. Don't. You want to be invited to go out there, too.
That's ridiculous. On its private plane.
Private plane. It's not a private plane. All right.
It's Air Force One.
My life largely revolves around the Eagles, which is sad at some points. But I thought I was going out there, when we were up on the Cowboys, I'm thinking we beat the Cowboys, then we dust off the Bears. I'm going to go out there and have the time of my life. We're going to be freaking what? What would be at that point? 10 or whatever. And now I'm like, I know this for a fact. I'm either going to watch them save the season or I'm probably going to see the funeral. Because if they lose this game.
That's ridiculous. This is it's like, what have the Eagles fan standard become? I know everybody likes those stupid analogies where you
you know what the standard's become? It's become Super Bowl or nothing.
No, where you're related to a relationship. But this is what it's like. It's like Eagles fans, like they're ugly Eagles fan hooked up with a hot chick once. And then from now on, it's like, my standard is so high. All these medium looking chicks that want to hook up with me, I can't be around them. It's like, yo, guys, we can't.
That's a totally different scenario because given the context, you might settle for something.
No,
like,
it's not.
You might go down a little.
We won a Super Bowl last year. We should blow out every team this year and be a huge favorite in every game, and we can't lose.
I'm talking like college, obviously.
It's like,
no, dude, but this is
like,
ridiculous.
God damn it. This is what happened. This is NFL season.
You are like disregarding.
This is what goes on.
No,
it's not what happens now. It's how you end the season. And if they're hot and Lane Johnson comes back and their offensive line's clicking and their tush is pushing and AJ Brown's not fucking not complaining, they're going to be all right, man.
But here's the thing.
And if they're not, then shit, they're going to lead us into the playoffs and we're going to have fun and we're going to watch a few games.
Oh, my God.
That's sports, bro.
No. The standard now is the freaking Super Bowl, dude. And anything less than that with this team that just was there last year is a failure. Okay, don't tell me that. Oh, they just go in the playoffs. Do you remember when they made the playoffs?
Crazy standards.
Do you remember when they made the playoffs in 2020?
The standard, then don't fucking bring me up Tanner McKee, goddamn it.
Right? Yeah.
Well,
standard.
I'm not saying Tanner McKee should be the quarterback. I'm not saying that. But I am telling you, there are people in the building who wonder if he would run the offense better than Jalen. That's a fact for sure. Right? And don't give me this, if they make the playoffs. Do you remember when they made the playoffs in 2023? That was the saddest thing I'd ever seen. That was someone taking an already dead dog out back and shooting it in the head. And you know what? We have seen in this town, Fink, what it takes to make that run and to win. And right now, they do not look like, right now, to me, they're the Spider-Man meme where everybody's pointing at each other like, oh, well, this guy's not doing this and I'm not doing this and I'm not having a good year.
Jalen ain't pointing at shit. Jalen's not pointing at anybody.
You don't know what he really thinks.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
He's not blaming anybody.
Accountability down there, NovaCare, so they can figure it out and bring us another damn Super Bowl. How about that?
Jalen Hurts is weirder than you think. Jalen Hurts is weirder than you think.
How about this? Every once in a while, Philly fans need to see their dog taken out back and shot in the fucking head. It just happens.
No, we've seen that so many times.
Yeah, we'll do it again.
Came from.
Do it again. I have no care in the world. Let's do it.
No, my quarterback's weird.
You know what's funny? We don't do this a lot.
My winning quarterback is so weird that I can't take him. I want to replace him with a nobody who no one has any clue what he's going to do.
Okay. I just want to say something.
Take back our Super Bowl. Our quarterback's weird. Get it out of here.
No one's ever taken that back, all right? No one's taking that back. I just want to say, though, there are a lot of shows where they manufacture this sort of stuff. We don't do this. We don't argue a lot, which maybe is the problem.
I'm not arguing.
But we don't come in here.
I'm just disagreeing.
We don't come in here with
We're just telling you that you're being a little silly goose. It happens sometimes. Sometimes everyone being a little.
What are you, my mother?
I think silly goose is such a good word. We don't use it enough.
All right. I think we've beat this to death. Look, we're going to see what happens. I am very hopeful that I will be triumphantly returning to Philly. I will be very happy to return triumphant, saying that my voyage to California saved the season. All right. That's what we're going to do right now. Who knows? Okay. Can I say something else? Totally different. Did you guys see McCain last night?
I didn't.
Oh, no. I love
did.
Jared McCain. Did you? Oh, Fink. No, you weren't at the game. You were at the double overtime loss. That's right. Rocky was at the game last night. He was
what do you mean? Did I see? Doing what?
I'm just saying he had a solid game. You know, he's working his way back. He clearly wasn't 100% coming back from the knee injury, and he's starting to look better. And he just did this post-game interview I saw, and he just, man, the joy this dude exudes. He's like I just love this guy. I know a lot of people give him shit because he paints his nails or whatever, but I love this dude. I really do.
I had to miss it because I was at my son's varsity game at
2 years varsity?
at Cardinal O'Hara.
Flex.
And you know, they went to they took on a PCL team on the road first game, and they whooped their fucking ass. It was nice to watch. Shout out Holy Ghost. Shout out Max Malici. Nice.
Max Malici sounds like a name of somebody who's going to do something with their life. You know?
2 for 2 from 3. He had himself a game. He started, did well.
Would they pronounce it though? If
they pronounced his name wrong in the opening lineup,
did they say
and every time he scored,
what did they say?
They pronounced it like 3 different ways, but they settled on Malici.
Malici.
Yeah,
it's very hard. The CH there.
I said you got to go up to the scores table before the game. Go, it's Malici.
Yeah,
that's a name of a player that gets hot at like a mid-major in the Sweet 16 or something.
Yes,
like
that is so true. Max Malici. Remember that guy a couple years ago who was like 35 who went off? I forget what that guy's deal is. There's always that one dude. Damn,
it's gonna be Max.
That's exciting.
But I want early rights on the NIL, Meech.
Yeah,
I've been talking about it for years.
He's a Finks Hoagie guy for life.
Yeah.
They play Friday night. They play Neshaminy. They haven't beaten Neshaminy in the 2 years since.
Guys, speaking of NIL,
hate Neshaminy.
Fuck Neshaminy.
Speaking of NIL, my cousin Trey Smack kicked his last game for the Gators on Saturday.
Did they make a bowl?
No, they're finishing like they won the game. Why am I forgetting who they played?
Just say Wichita State. No one cares.
No, it was like I think it was an SEC team.
Auburn. Say
Missouri.
Auburn.
No.
Missouri.
Anyway. Oh no, it was Florida State. Florida beat Florida State in the swamp. And you know, Florida State, they started off strong, but they went in the tank. Yeah, chomp it.
Chomp it up.
But he kicked a 54-yarder.
Nice.
Right? And if you look it up,
get some scouts looking.
Listen, if you look up prospects for the NFL, he's like either top 2 or top 5 everywhere.
That's great.
Now, I don't know if he's like nasty enough to, because you know only like 1 or 2 guys get drafted every year.
I buy Jake Elliott.
Well, you know, the thought occurred to me. But you know the dude like Tyler Loop, he got drafted because they had to replace Tucker, right? So I don't know if that's going to happen. But either way,
why? What happened with Tucker?
Well, listen. But did you see now when I'm watching the NFL, as I look around, I'm like so excited when I see a bad kicker.
Right.
And you guys saw the guy chunk it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, get him out of here. Yeah. And so he's definitely going to get I think he's going to get invite to the combine. And then I'm guessing he'll get either undrafted free agent, maybe he'll get drafted. So that's going to be exciting stuff, man.
Guys got a Hoagie shirt
Good
now.
for him.
Yeah. We'll get him in to do Finks. I mean, look, if he comes to town, jeez.
We'll put a Hoagie on a.
The cool thing about being an NFL kicker is if you get in, you're in, man. Like, well, you can get bounced around. You always get a tryout. You always get a like if a guy goes down. So
right, but you know what the funny thing about it is, you become like relied upon, but then at a certain nothing lasts forever. Right. Just like Tucker, like they had to, and with Jake, you know. At time this season he's looked great, and then all of a sudden it's like, and you just wonder. Like at some time you do have to move on.
Did we have a kicker between Akers and Jake, or did it go? Do we have like Chris Bonial for
Dicker the kicker?
Yeah, well, Dicker was when Jake got hurt, though. I think.
Yeah, but Jake was still the guy.
We definitely did. There's no way we went Akers to Jake. I'm trying to remember who it was.
I remember we had Chris Bonial. I don't remember if he was between the two.
Not.
He used to be the Cowboys kicker.
I don't like him.
I used to love it. Yeah, when he used to play Madden, and Pat Summerall would go, Chris Bonial. I used to love how he pronounced it.
You love that.
Chris Bonial.
We've been very fortunate between Akers and Elliott to have great kickers. I mean, there's been teams that have a new kicker every freaking year. So, yeah, that's the thing. You just got to kind of settle in and grab a squad and then be reliable. But you can't be kicking the ground.
Trey Smack, come on down. You're the next contestant on the Philadelphia Eagles kicker for 15 straight years.
Yeah. Anyway, I just was saying,
Anywho,
McCain, he's beautiful. What do you think about like where are you at on the Sixers right now, Meech?
I
Are
don't
you
like
paying attention?
I don't like what's going. Yeah, I'm paying attention. Like last night, I missed the game because I was at the O'Hara game. I said, but otherwise, I'll be watching them. I like watching I enjoy the team.
You see that Edgecombe dunk last night?
Yeah, that was his
Oh,
best dunk in the
it was
NBA
beautiful.
so far. Just drove straight down the lane and just
Dude,
fucking
last night we
yammed
had
it.
a signed Edgecombe jersey, like
I
the
don't even know
real
why
one
McCollum
with
dumped.
the stub hub. Yeah, I was like, I want that, but I couldn't. I'm not eligible. Also, by the way,
You're ineligible.
look, we had a
You can't even put money in
listen.
and win
No,
it
I can't
fair
do
and
that.
square.
because it would seem like it was rigged. We had a Howie Long donated a freaking legit Howie Long Raiders jersey and
Wow.
helmet signed by himself. I mean, that Raiders jersey, dude. Oof.
So
and the helmet
sick.
too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like,
Take that, Fanatics.
yeah, that's
If that
freaking-
was a Fanatics one and it was from '85, it would have disintegrated.
Yeah.
Fucking stupid company.
One thing we do need to talk about real quick because we haven't talked about this in a long while. We got to give an update on fantasy, and I got to tell you, sadly, when I open the fantasy app and I look at the standings, there's two guys in this conversation right now that got that little E next to their name, which means eliminated from the playoffs.
Is it me?
Is me and you, bud.
Yeah.
It's me and you. Only the Finkster is still alive.
The Fink.
I was
Okay.
gonna say Fink has the most points scored in the entire league too. Don't let that record fool you guys.
All right, hold on. I'm looking at that to verify that. Yep, he's got 17 something.
Only
All right,
one.
so this is the way it's looking. If anybody's keeping track at home, eliminated from the playoffs, sadly, myself, Meech, Tommy, Blake coming in at the bottom. And we didn't establish a punishment for coming in at the bottom. We should have, because Blake, sad performance. Making the playoffs as of today, I get these people have all clinched because it's a six.
yeah, it's
six
all
people.
locked. It's all locked.
Hey, at the bottom, we've got Squirrelaholic. Brad Moran. Danielle made it. Danielle Goodhart.
We have an alliance. Me and her have an alliance.
Then in a tie for third, sadly named Kelly Green Dildo.
We still have this week. We still have this week too.
Yeah. Bill's Buns team. I don't know what that means, but that's fake. And then Keith Tush Pushers in there at number 2. Keith did a good job rallying. And then Mark 9-3-1. Fugazi. We know he's going down.
Touche Pooshers.
That's where it stands.
I think Fink's
Now,
team's the best one. I think they're going to win.
Can we be honest? Did we set a buy-in for this? Do I actually have to pay money?
If I
don't
win,
think
yes.
we ever,
All right.
If I win, I want all you guys who have season tickets. I want one pair of tickets to each event.
No.
It's like, that happened.
I'm really tired
How about
of you
$25?
complaining, and I'm not gonna acquiesce. You know what I mean? So
I'm the best team. Look at me. Bijan, Jonathan Taylor. Who let me get the
no
money?
one, and I assure you, no one cares who's on your fantasy team.
Oh my god. Okay, Mr. Eliminated.
That's true. Yeah, like Russell Wilson, unlimited. I'm Mr. Eliminated. Damn it.
You
I got
tried
in over my head
calling
on
Jalen
fantasy.
Hurts Russell Wilson today. That kind of ticked me off.
Who did?
You did.
I didn't call him. No, you put those words in my mouth. I didn't say that.
Meeks, did he not say people are
No.
saying Jalen Hurts
I
and
didn't say that. You
Russell
said
no,
Wilson?
I said I've heard the past
Pay
week
attention.
people are saying comparing Jalen Hurts to Russell.
Well,
Wilson.
Spike
sorry,
Eskin
Jesse.
said that Jalen Hurts is like Ben Simmons, didn't he?
That is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
Ben Simmons is the
Yeah,
biggest
no comment.
waste of talent, underachieving piece of
I
shit.
feel like Spike.
Jalen Hurts overcame so much from getting benched in college to being a benched. I mean, to compare the two is
Hey.
insulting to anyone who has a work ethic.
Matty Market with the pull. Alex Henry. Pronounce Henry, but I went Henry.
No, that's
Yes, the kicker. Beautiful. Listen, I sometimes think
thank you,
Spike,
Matty Market.
Spike is like the human radio AI. Like, I think he knows.
Yeah,
He
No,
knows
he's
what
really
to
good
do.
at how to.
Yes.
But that I wasn't even going to acknowledge that. It's so ridiculous. Ben Simmons is a piece of shit.
Oof.
Jalen Hurts is a world champion.
I saw Ben Simmons posting about making steaks or something like that. So,
Yeah,
He
good
said
for
he
him.
would come back to the Sixers. I'd bring him back.
I mean,
Bring him back for what? clean the seats.
All you
ball
need
boys.
is to grab some boards and play defense, baby. Give us
Let's
15
end with
minutes
this.
a night.
Did you guys watch the Hard Knocks NFC East thing yet?
I didn't. I don't care.
Is it worth watching?
I saw the clip
with Mitch,
when
I don't care
Jalen Hurts
either.
missed Devontae on the play and came over and apologized. And it goes to show you because I retweeted something. Some dude goes, you watch these all 22 guys, and they watch that play, and they'll make you think it was the fucking end of the world. Like it's a bad read, it was just a simple miscommunication. That's it.
It wasn't a bad throw.
No, he thought he was going to stop and sit down.
Okay.
And Devontae thought he had the slant. It was a miscommunication. So they said, all right. Jalen said, it's my fault. I got to do better. And that was it.
He is the best quarterback. You guys are right. I was wrong.
Listen, man.
I'm telling you, no, I just want my final statement to be,
look down
I am perplexed.
Look down the list of other quarterbacks you could have.
About who Jalen Hurts actually is, man. And he has done some great things, and I thank him for that. He'll always be a legend in my book.
No, he's a winner. And until he proves different.
I care about is Jalen Hurts QB on the field for the Philadelphia Eagles. He could be the biggest weirdo behind the doors. People winning me Super Bowls.
And let him get to the playoffs. Like, let's see what he does.
They probably said that about Russell Wilson. They're like, no, this guy's too much of a weirdo. He's got to go.
How many does he have? Two?
They got rid of the whole team. Didn't they get rid of the whole team?
That was a comparison to Russell Wilson.
Okay. Yeah,
that one right there. That was the one
I just did.
He's been itching to do that the whole show. He wanted to do that. Tanner,
I feel like I'm getting painted as a Hurts hater. All right, I'm going to California.
That's what me and Mitch are doing.
You better wear a Hurts jersey out there.
I'm doing it on the
my
internet.
Lane Johnson jersey. He's not even going to play. So I wear my AJ Brown jersey. Oof.
Is Mark going to wear his signed AJ Brown jersey that he
probably?
Now, how come they wouldn't say that's rigged, but you can't enter?
Because
you rigged it for
Mark is always buying raffle tickets and stuff. He is the eternal optimist, and he gets rewarded for that. I did not rig that. Oh yeah.
What's up, Magic?
That's a beautiful dog, man.
We got a dog.
Magic. What do you think about the Eagles? Say rough twice if you think they suck.
Oh, no.
Good times. All right. On that note, we're going to close this thing down. Fink, thanks for joining in, buddy.
Go Birds, baby. We're back. We're back.
The pleasure's always mine.
Neasty boys and Jesse out. Ladies
First
and gentlemen.
win by 10
amigos.
this week.
Thanks for
by
joining
10.
us.
10.
By 10?
By 10.
By 10. All right. Love that.